Hello guys, I want us to travel back in history to the year 2001. Day is 11th, month is September. Across the world, this is like any other day. But in the US history, this is a dark day. It goes down in history as a day when many Americans lost their lives to an Al-Qaeda attack led by Osama bin Laden, who was taken out a while later. That day, the attackers, Al-Qaeda terrorists, hijacked not one, not two, but 4 aeroplanes, and not these small aircrafts, big jumbo jet planes, big airliners. They were hijacked after they had actually left the airport and they were airborne in the US soil. The terrorists then ordered the pilots to lead the planes, one to the White House, where they wanted it to crash on the White House, another to the Pentagon. Pentagon is like this army headquarters, if we talk about that here in Kenya, like a GSU headquarter. Actually, it's a big body, Pentagon, housing the FBI, the CIA, Interpol, American security system, Pentagon. So they wanted to bomb the Pentagon, they wanted to bomb the White House, and then the other 2 planes were directed to the Twin Tower building. Skyscrapers going all the way to 100+ stories. Now, the Twin Tower story buildings, each could house 25,000 people at full capacity. So we are talking about 50,000 people that would have died on that particular day. Luckily, the attacks happened early at around 8:45 a.m. and 9:02 a.m. Now what happened? The first plane that was to go rock the White House actually failed to do so, because those in the plane realized that we are going to die anyway. So they fought against whatever the attackers wanted, and this made the plane to crash land somewhere in Pennsylvania, a little far from the White House, but they all perished. Plane number 2 was supposed to crash land on the Pentagon. It did. There were many lives lost in the plane. Everybody lost their lives, and then several agents from the Pentagon also lost their lives. Plane number 3 hit the Twin Tower. One of the buildings, there were 2 buildings, you could say twins, so hit one of them, and 15 minutes later another plane hit the other building, and shortly later the whole 2 buildings crumbled to the ground. In total, 3,000 people lost their lives. Terrible, terrible. 3,000 people. If you are a family of 10, look at how full your house is. And then multiply that by 300 families, such size. That's a lot of people. Now, that's not why I really brought this story. The reason why I brought this story was to talk about emergency service workers, the police, the doctors, and so on and so forth. This is why I brought this, I'm making this video, because out of the 3,000 people who lost their lives, 500 were these people. 500 out of 3,000, that is around a sixth, and a sixth, that is a pretty 16% plus. You can imagine such a number. 16% of everybody who died that day was actually coming to help. Now, why this is so crucial is they were away, they were safe wherever they were. Just like you or me. And then you learn that there is fire, there is a bomb attack, there is something happening, and so you go to help. And as you go to help, you perish in that particular circumstance. So that is how they perished. 500, actually 3,000 went to help, and of the 3,000, 500 did not come back. Of course, the injured ones were also many out of the 3,000, but just those who did not come back alive, 500, who sacrificed their lives for the about 18,000 people who were in that building. It is nice to say that out of everyone in the building, only 2,500 perished, the rest were saved. So these 3,000 people who went to help evacuated about 16,000 people. That's a good number. But sadly, 2,500 of those who were in the building perished. 500 of the 3,000 who came to help also perished. One life is one too many. It is a very sad story, and I think if at all we are to give credit, we cannot thank the 500 people who went to help and did not come back. You go to help and you remain a victim, but your help works because lives have been saved. My dear brother, if something is happening around, let us be ready to help. Whether we are going to be the sacrificial lambs, whether we are going to be the scapegoats, whether we are going to be the victims, it is meaningful to make some effort to help.